The Ship of Theseus is a philosophical puzzle that has fascinated thinkers for over 2,000 years. First recorded by the Greek historian Plutarch, the thought experiment begins with a simple question. Theseus, the mythical hero of Athens, sailed home after slaying the Minotaur in Crete. His ship was preserved for generations as a memorial. Over time, its wooden planks decayed and were replaced one by one until eventually none of the original material remained. Was it still the same ship? At first glance, it might seem like a question of common sense. If the form, purpose, and continuity of the ship are maintained, why wouldn't it be the same? But as philosophers have debated for centuries, the matter is far from simple. The paradox becomes even trickier with a twist proposed by later thinkers like Thomas Hobbes. What if someone gathered all the discarded original planks and rebuilt the old ship? Which one would be the real Ship of Theseus? The one that retained the name and history but had all new parts, or the one made entirely of the original materials? The problem lies in defining what identity means. Is identity tied to physical substance, to continuity over time, or to the idea we attach to an object? The Ship of Theseus has been used to explore not just objects, but also human identity. After all, our bodies replace their cells over the years, and our minds evolve with new experiences. If every part of you, physically and mentally, changes, are you still the same person you were as a child? In modern contexts, the thought experiment finds relevance in technology, artificial intelligence, and even legal debates. Consider a vintage car restored with entirely new parts. Does it hold the same value as the original? Or in the digital age, what happens when a piece of software is updated until none of its original code remains? Is it still the same program? The Ship of Theseus forces us to confront the fluid nature of identity. It suggests that sameness may be less about material and more about continuity of purpose, function, or recognition. Yet it leaves open the tantalizing possibility that there's no definitive answer, that identity is, at least in part, a human construct. Perhaps that's why the paradox has endured. It asks a question that has no clear resolution, one that sits at the intersection of logic, metaphysics, and human perception. Whether you apply it to ships, people, or even ideas themselves, the Ship of Theseus remains a timeless voyage into the heart of what it means to be the same, or to change.